What's next? Do I really want to be a famous YouTuber? Just a mind exercise to think about. I've been thinking about it because part of my being an introvert is I study people, I study situations, and I look for the underlying messages. And I watch people's vlogs, those answering questions, those things that are kind of throwaway videos that they just try to find an idea, so they just start talking off the top of their heads. And a lot of times the more famous YouTubers, they don't want to seem unappreciative, but they really have trouble with the fame of it. They really have trouble with people building a false sense of familiarity. Basically, because I see them so often, they think of them as friends when YouTuber themselves doesn't know anybody. They have millions, thousands, whatever they have for followers. Even 10,000 followers versus 10 million followers, it's the same thing. You can't know everybody. You can't respond to all your comments. And I watch people and I see how they respond, and I see how difficult it is to handle some of the same questions over and over again. And it's hard not to take things personal, because sometimes the most sensitive people will focus on the negative comments and miss the hundreds of positives and just focus on the couple of negatives because they want to be liked. I think that's one of the problems of being a YouTuber is you want to be liked, you want to be popular, and in order to continue being popular, have to continue to be likable. And the people actually who these YouTubers, a lot of them resonate mostly with, are the introverts. And the introverts who understand the YouTubers themselves are be the least likely to get involved with them. They'll be least likely to try to talk on the live streams. They might comment in the chats, or they might comment on Twitter questions, but the actual interactions for an introvert is kind of hard. Although the in and on, not knowing who you are, using a computer does help. I want to say anonymity. I just said it, okay. It helps talking to other people. But being an introvert, social interaction is hard. And maybe even the trolls who are introverts are just having trouble expressing themselves, and maybe a little bit jealous of the YouTuber themselves for their ability to act extroverted. I mean, Jenna Marbles is a huge one. She seems like the funniest, most likable person, but if you watch her videos, her personal stuff, her talking, she doesn't want to go out. She doesn't want to meet people. And her boyfriend Julian, who's I think a little bit more of an extrovert, helps things, but I think he is partially an introvert also, and that's why they get along so well, because they understand the introvert mindset. And this is just me playing with the idea of trying to understand the mindset of, let's just say for the sake of argument that somehow I figured out my niche and I make quality content that people actually want to watch. What would happen to me? Would I turn into a negative person? Would I turn into a person who's analyzing all of the comments, trying to get that next hit, trying to get that next viral video out there? Or would I just be myself and explain that I'm an introvert and these social things are just not my thing? Because I wouldn't want to go to one of those YouTube conventions and meet people if I was a famous person. I'd rather just be my own self. I mean, some of the YouTubers who have several tens of thousands of followers have to mount security cameras, even though they live in the boondocks. People figure out where they live, and they have to mount security cameras because people, start talking to them and start talking to their kids, and they try to develop a relationship. And the people that, honestly, who would most identify with them understand that they don't want to be, have their privacy violated. I mean, and sometimes people they think it's fine. I'll never understand that, violating someone's privacy. I don't think I could ever live with the idea of people continuing to violate my privacy. It's just my thoughts, and what would I do if I became a famous YouTuber? And I guess that's where I'm lucky. I have a job where I don't need to be a famous YouTuber. I can just produce my content that kind of I think of might make me happy, and everything I do is just for me to think about, as I review back from the future back into now, sort of thing. That's why I make these YouTube videos, for me to see how I progress in the future, and maybe come up with an idea that might help somebody. Because if I try to make a video a day, which is a good idea, 5 to 10 minutes, not monetizable, fine. Just an idea that if I produce 100 videos, and one of my videos helps one person, that's to me a success. I mean, only it's a 1% success, but success nonetheless. And if I produce 300 videos and I help one person, I'm still helping that one person. If I come up with an idea that someone can think about and go, yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, or at least a conversation between people that, I like having conversations with people with a common mindset. And I guess being a famous YouTuber, you kind of lose the personal interactions, because it's hard to get the high quality people to interact with when you have, just a couple of trolls who basically are the ones you make the attention towards. And trolls, the more attention you give to a troll, the more attention they seek. Trolls feed off negative interaction. And YouTubers try to make friends with everyone are just going to feed the trolls. I don't know, it's just my thinking about my potential future, and if I'm lucky I never become famous, or if I'm lucky I become very famous. I don't know. I don't know what the future's going to hold, but at least I have now. At least I have today, May 10th, 2020, where I'm living a good life. Social distancing, being introvert has been a good thing to me. Today was a day off and I had a major migraine, took a couple pills. Now those pills made me woozy and didn't get in much of a walk today, but I'm doing my walks now and putting my one video out. Although this video will be released on Monday, the 11th, I believe. I don't even know what day it is. I do know today's Saturday, because I'm Sunday, only because I had the day off yesterday and today, and I have to go to work tomorrow. Whatever, it's just me shooting off ideas. Nothing important. Just trying to find my solace in this wonderful world we live in. People are surviving off fear, and I'm just basking in the glory of social distancing, basking in the glory of people trying to find their best selves, and basking in the glory of reduced pollution all over the world. It's amazing, a pandemic, everyone afraid and everyone scared, and instead I'm turning into a positive. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just have to come to grips with that the part of me that's enjoying this, it's not a bad thing. But I digress. What's next?